The original Butcher of Blackfield was a name whispered in hushed voices for generations. Back in the 1920s, he was a nightmare wrapped in flesh, a man whose mind had rotted with obsession and madness. Clad in a grotesque pig mask sewn together from hide, he prowled the farmlands and woods surrounding the small town of Blackfield, abducting innocents and butchering them in ways so savage the sheriff's reports were burned rather than filed. In 1930, after months of terror, the townsfolk finally cornered him in his decrepit barn, the reek of blood seeping from the walls. Armed with pitchforks, torches, and shotguns, they dragged him out screaming through the eye holes of his mask. They lynched him on the edge of town, leaving his body swaying in the moonlight as a warning. The mask, slick with sweat and gore, was tossed into the fire. At least that's what they believed. But evil never burns so easily. Generations later, Elias Corbin never knew his parents. He grew up in a cold cycle of foster homes, shifting from one family to the next. No one asked questions about where he came from, about why his file had entire sections blacked out. What they didn't know was that Elias was the last living blood relative of the butcher. At the age of 12, Elias found something hidden in the floorboards of an abandoned farmhouse on the outskirts of Blackfield. A trunk locked with rusted chains. Inside, wrapped in decaying cloth, was the pig mask. Though warped and cracked, it still smelled of smoke and iron. When Elias pressed it to his face, it was as if a second skin gripped him. Voices whispered in his skull, low, guttural grunts that twisted into words. They killed me. They feared me. But you will finish what I began. The boy's heart didn't race with fear. It beat with exhilaration. The first kill. At 17, Elias made his first offering. He lured another foster child, a smaller boy who mocked him, into the barn behind their home. The mask whispered, guiding his hands, showing him how to sharpen the tools, how to silence the screams before they carried. When it was done, Elias stood in the moonlight, his body dripping with warm red, his mind clear for the first time. No one suspected him. The boy was reported missing, his files shuffled into a system that forgot the unwanted. Elias remained quiet and watchful, feeding the hunger passed down through his bloodline. A legacy in shadows. Over the years, the murders in Blackfield returned. Young women disappearing from roadsides, men found gutted in the woods, families slaughtered in their homes without reason.